Hello children, welcome to the online EduClass session for class 6 chapter number 9, the living organisms, characteristics and habitats. Once we were out on vacations to north. When we headed towards Himalayas, we crossed rivers, plains, deserts, etc. We went to the banks of river Ganges, where we found the soil too fertile and soft. The plant grown were very rich in nutrients and they were looking very healthy. When we crossed plains, we observed weather turned different from the riverside. This was also altogether different in the Himalayas where it was too cold, and the plants and animals were also different from the plains and deserts. We found trees very tall and pointed, and the animals were having thick fur. Then we moved towards desert and we saw completely new weather where the weather was very hot during the day and quite cool at night. The soil was also sandy, which was getting heated and cooling very fast. Everywhere we found different plants, animals, and their style to get adapted to the weather at that place. Every plant and animal has its home, and home is a place where we are very comfortable, where we feel very comfortable, isn't it? Plants and animals, along with minute ones or microorganisms, are called organisms or the living creatures. The surrounding where plants and animals live is called their habitat. Several kinds of plants and animals may share the same habitat. Living things exist in most places of earth. Life exists in both extremely hot and extremely cold regions. Habitat of an organism is its immediate surrounding, like forest, grassland, pond, desert, hill, fields, garden, sea, etc. Plants and animals possess special characters which help them to survive in their own habitat. The presence of specific features and habits which enable a plant or an animal to live in a particular habitat is called adaptations. Children, there are many types of habitats. However, we can divide them into two parts. First is terrestrial, or terrestrial means on land, and second aquatic habitat, which means inside the water. Habitat is the home of organism where it can find food, shelter and favorable conditions of breeding, which includes both living and non-living components. So according to this, there are two components of habitat. First is biotic component, which includes plants, animals and microorganisms, I mean all the life forms. Second is abiotic components, means rock, soil, air, water, light, favorable temperature, everything which is not having life but important for the survival is known as abiotic component. Now, there are some characteristics which are common to all of us who are live. Often, it's not so easy to decide which object is living and which has life. When we talk about life, first point which come to my mind is we all show movement, all life forms. So does the buses, trains or cars. Are they alive? We all grow in size and so do clouds in the sky. Are they alive? The best example of life is you, the beautiful creature, the best creature the God has made. So what characters are making you so wonderful, so live, so fresh? Some of these characteristics are, first, we all need food to grow and for the life processes, because we need energy, we get energy from the food and this energy is utilized for performing different life processes. Secondly, we all grow in size. Every living organism grows and increases in size and gets aged with time. A small infant grows to kid, then kid grows to adult. Afterwards, slowly we turn old and a person dies. This is the cycle of life of every living creature. Thirdly, we all respire. Living beings breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. In respiration, we use oxygen to produce energy for our body. Breathing provides oxygen for respiration, which is performed by different mechanism in different organisms. Like earthworm breathes through skin, fishes breathe through gills, plants breathe through stomata. Plants take in carbon dioxide also and give out oxygen. When do they do so? When they perform photosynthesis as well through the stomata. Right. Plants breathe also through stomata and do the photosynthesis through this stomata. That means stomata is the gas exchange pore. Okay. Next, fourth point is we all respond to changes in the surrounding, and the response of any living organism to the change in surrounding is known as stimulus, in plural stimuli. Like if suddenly bright light falls on our eyes, they get shortened. As soon as you go to feed your pet, what happens? It starts to bark and move its tail, and the salivation starts without even eating. What is it? That is the stimulus. Have you ever seen chew me or touch me not, which we call mimosa in our biological language? The moment you touch the leaves, they just close. Some plants even respond to sunrise and sunset, like sunflowers. Do you know the sunflower has its name because the direction of flower is always towards the sun. Plants' stem always grow towards the sunlight, and roots are always directed towards the bottom, towards the earth. Right? Now, we all get rid of waste products in the body by the process of excretion. All the living beings. Excretion is the process of removal of waste matter produced during digestion and respiration from a living body. Even the plants, animals, microorganisms, everyone has a particular mechanism of excretion also. As they feed, they excrete also. Next, we all reproduce our own kinds. Each and every living organism multiply and produce its own kind. It produces its own community, its own offsprings. Birds lay eggs and produce young ones. Fishes also lay eggs and produce its young ones. Animals like lion, buffalo, cows, human beings produce babies. Plants reproduce themselves by producing seeds which germinate to produce the same plant. Have you ever seen a plant of mango producing people? No, na? Because it is the natural mechanism that the mango seed will produce always a mango plant. And next is we all show movements. Although non-living things also show movements, but this is one of the characteristics that we all show movements. But it may come into our mind that plants don't move, they don't move from one place to another, but still the parts of plants move, like leaves open and close, flowers open and close, water and minerals move from roots to all parts, and glucose moves from leaves to all parts of the plant. This way, we can say that all living beings have some common characteristics which prove their identity of being alive. Sometimes, like in seeds, they don't look alive, but they respire and produce energy, which can be felt when we push our hand into the sack of seeds. So, children, the varieties of life and their adaptations are innumerable. Everyone is special in its own kind. So do you. Life is so beautiful and varied across the land and water both. Next video will be dedicated to the same thought. Till then, enjoy life and its forms. Thank you.